So we are back home in Atlanta, Georgia, trying to figure out the battery in the van.
Welcome to our home. Kind of getting annoyed right now. Yeah, we have a problem with the solar battery, and I'm not sure what's the problem with it. As soon as you unplug from power, battery number one goes from 90% or 100% to 0%. It was at 57% just like 3 minutes ago, 90% about 5 or 6 minutes ago, and it's gone all the way down. So it doesn't look like that battery is working. It might be a defective battery. The problem is that when this battery wears out, battery number two is still at 90%, but nothing is working. We can't go on the road without it because we don't have a fridge. So I'm waiting now for the guy from the RV center to call me and hopefully work out why it's not working. I can't even turn on the generator.
So the plan B now is try to charge it through the electrical outlet at home.
But it still won't hold the charge.
Yeah, so I'm gonna charge a little bit, I guess just enough to get the power display on. Yeah, we just have to talk to someone. Always something.
It doesn't really seem to hold it at all. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do right now to solve it here. Hey Google, set an alarm for 5:45 a.m.
Tomorrow at 5:45 a.m. Set.
Unexpected journey. We are heading back down to Jacksonville, Florida, because we talked to the RV dealer. They concluded that probably something wrong with the batteries. So long story short, we're making back down to get it replaced. 5.5 hours later, we arrived back in Jacksonville, Florida, and back at the dealership. And then now we're just talking to the service department, trying to figure out what's wrong with our batteries and how long it's gonna be to replace them. And of course, try to plan our day accordingly. Obviously, we are so new into this RVing thing, and then you just don't realize until you come to one of these stores when you have a lot of different accessories and gadgets to complement your RV. In our case, we are completely new into this particular field, and then we're just kind of looking around and then like, holy crap, that's so many things that I have no idea what this is about. But this is like a completely different world. That's so many different things you just have to learn along the way.
I thought you were talking to someone across the aisle and you were like, this is all so new to us. And I was like, why is he talking like this?
I think we're gonna need one of these. Pink flamingo. I'm telling you, there's so much stuff here that can be usable, really. Fortunately, we have small space, so we can't just buy everything for our van. Right now we are inside the Orange Park Mall. Basically, we are just waiting for the van to be done, hopefully tonight. This is the first time since the pandemic started that we are in the mall, and it is really weird. You have to completely wear your mask, 6 feet distancing between patrons. It's definitely the new normal for us, so it's something to adjust to. But in the meantime, we're just walking around, try to be as far away as possible from other people. I'm actually quite surprised how many people are not wearing masks here in this mall or in the state or in the US, in the country in general. We do have ours. Almost all stores have this kind of posted signs just to regulate how they will take care of shoppers. So anything with the PPE, what is to be sanitized, 6 feet distance and all of that. Business as usual in Florida. Just be careful, everybody. Be careful. Looking glamorous with your mask on.
Am I smiling or frowning?
You're angry. Oh, he's smiling. Okay, it's 5 o'clock, so we've been here for about 4 hours. I think it is done.
The good news is we got $600 worth of batteries for free.
And hopefully we know how to operate it. 2 new batteries?
Definitely 2 new batteries.
And we actually asked someone to explain how the panel works.
Everything is already pretty much set up. It's self-maintained. So this is a pushback, and that goes in that. Hit this button right here.
Learn so much just listening to Kyle explaining everything, really. And he has a great explanation of everything in a simpler way so that I can understand.
All right.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Much better so far?
Well, we'll see. 76% and 90%. I'm at. We didn't really have to come all the way back down to Florida, but we wanted to get them to do it so it was done right. We wanted some RV specialists to do it, not going to battery spots or something like that. Even though I'm sure they would have done a fine job too.
Yes.
But we don't care. We're in an RV. We were going somewhere anyway. It may as well be Florida.
Right, in the middle of the pandemic.
Right. That's why we have an RV, so we don't have to be around people.
Is that a good looking van or what? That's ours! Since the fridge is on, we can start putting our food back inside. We don't have to always look on YouTube anymore. We sorta know some basic things that we probably need to know. And our journey continues.
And we have a refrigerator.
Ooh.
But we can get it that way if we want.
So the battery charges only from the solar panel.
Only from the solar panel or from shore power.
Because Mercedes doesn't. Good morning from Jacksonville Planet Fitness parking lot. Survived the first night. Now just trying to make coffee. So we have to run the generator.
Yeah, it's a very subtle generator. It's supposed to be silent, but clearly not.
So comfort at home. We brought our coffee machine, Starbucks coffee beans.
As good as home. Woke up this morning to our beautiful big backyard, which includes an O'Reilly Auto Parts and a now closed Toys R Us. And as you can see behind me, the sun is coming up and we are about to head down to St. Augustine for the day. But we just woke up. We're probably gonna take a shower soon here and then head out. But look at this, we're in nature. It's awesome. And we had a great sleep last night. Olive is enjoying his coffee and checking the news.
It's cozy. Maybe it doesn't look like it, but it is definitely much cozier than I thought. It's nice. Good coffee too.
You ready, Captain?
Ready. Let's go. Bye-bye, Planet Fitness. Thank you. Something we need to get used to. Just try to find this oversized parking area, and parking deck won't do. You're good from this side.
We parked in the RV parking. We're going to go to the visitor center and check out if we have to pay for it. It doesn't look like it though, so all it says is really no overnight parking, so hopefully that's it.
Our first stop today is St. Augustine in Florida. It's about 35 minutes away south of Jacksonville. Just a quick introduction of St. Augustine. St. Augustine is the oldest city in North America, believe it or not. Established in the mid-1500s by the Spanish. And some of the visitors that ever set foot here is Ponce de Leon. Yeah, so anything related to the Fountain of Youth.
That's
right here.
Ponce de Leon thought the Fountain of Youth was.
All right, visitor center. Here we go. All right, always got me. We are still in the visitor center, and we get so much information on things to do or to eat to check out here.
This is a famous St. George Street, 1 mile.
We're gonna spend the whole day here walking around in the heat, but we're gonna start right here at the visitor center. Seems like there are a lot of things to check out archaeologically and historically from St. Augustine. And that creepy Spanish guy that's about to conquer Florida. I think that's Ponce de Leon. Nope, that is Don Pedro Menendez de Aviles.
They told us that parking our rig there overnight even is fine as long as we're not in it. But as far as paying for it, no worries. You only have to pay if you're actually staying in it overnight. So we're good. Regular cars have to pay $15, so RVs get off scot-free.
We are currently in the St. George Street, and this is where we're gonna start our walking tour adventure. This is where everything is happening, I guess, like all those shops, restaurants, cafes, and they are open.
For some reason, I don't believe that little trickle of water is turning that water wheel. Definitely not.
Our first stop is the, what is it?
The Greek Orthodox Church.
It's called the St. Photios National Greek Orthodox Shrine. So that is the proper name for it. And it is requested to wear masks, which understandable. So that's where we're gonna go first.
There's just something about Greek Orthodox iconography that is so fascinating. And this national shrine has some of the most beautiful icons that we've ever seen. Everything here is vividly painted with gold, including the mosaic. This church also houses a small museum with Orthodox artifacts.
Ouzo candy. Is any good?
There's like ouzo.
Tastes like
Black licorice, sort of. It is noon, the sun is high in the sky, and we're going to get out of it. This is the Basilica, so we're going to probably go inside, and we've been told all the churches here are beautiful, and we're going in. Masks on. Just like its Greek shrine counterpart, the Roman Catholic Cathedral of St Augustine is magnificent. It dates back to 1565. The current structure was completed in 1797 and restored in 1888. And it's not short of beautiful details.
One thing for sure, all the churches here, at least the two that we visited so far, are amazing, beautiful. It's just interesting to see how the circulation established inside the church.
Yeah, and all the social distancing, they have that place done really well, actually.
Yeah, and we even have the holy water sanitizer.
All the chairs, all the pews have been marked off like really, really well. Like when you go there for a service, you are totally socially distant.
Yes, this probably obviously affect the capacity of the church.
Oh yeah, like less than half.
But safety first. And happened to stumble upon this I guess it's called the Flagler College, and this is such a pretty campus. Sure, this is not a big school at all. Imagine if you go to school here in Flagler College. It's a beautiful setting for sure. The third and I guess the last church that we were gonna check out is this Memorial Presbyterian Church.
And they are closed today. They're the one place that's closed due to COVID-19. So they basically says on the sign that anything that goes on in the church is for church members only. And that makes sense.
We're gonna take the words of the lady at the visitor center that the inside was beautiful.
But we can look at the gardens.
Little gecko. Hey buddy. Oh, never mind.
Just puffing up his thing. Buddy. From the outside, the Memorial Presbyterian Church is a huge and imposing structure. It's just too bad that we can't go inside to make a fair comparison with the two churches that we've seen so far.
All right, we finally arrived in the Castillo De San Marcos, which is the fort of St. Mark. But unfortunately, the national parks are all closed and they're not open yet. But at least we're gonna check out from the outside. Big Spanish fort. So it is similar to the fort that we saw a couple months back in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, but I think this one is much smaller. The San Juan fort is quite big.
The Spanish built similar forts all around areas back in the 16th century.
Yeah, on the trade routes, probably.
Yeah, and this is one of them. And I think this is probably one of the well-preserved one.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty warm.
It
It's
is.
just afternoon, so the sun is right above us.
Find shade when you can.
Yes. Cool off a little bit.
Yeah, with a nice hot coffee.
Jones cane sugar soda.
When they first came out with it, it was pretty high-end cola. I don't know if it's been bought out by Coke or anything like that, but probably not. They make really good cream soda and really good orange too, I think. I've had it before, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But you know me, I don't do sugar drinks. I stick with my coffees or my Coke Zeros.
Yeah.
Really nice and cool inside. And they have a sign outside that I really like that says, "Dogs welcome, people tolerated." So bring your dog, as long as it's well behaved.
Cheers. AC blasting from there. And hopefully,
Yep.
AC on.
Yep.
Good. Back at the van, and we're just roasting in heat. So come back and try to blast all the AC. Oh my God.
And now we're heading back home to Atlanta, Georgia. and we feel a little more confident with our new camper van batteries. Rest assured, our adventure is going to start off on the right foot. Join us in our next video, and we'll give you a proper tour of our new camper van.
Because Mercedes doesn't want any batteries interference.
Right.
Mercedes.
Hey Google, bedtime.
Good night, shithead.
What is that?